day. I've been running around to all the different Irish clubs. I have been at a Guinness pouring contest already. So I'm really excited to see you guys. I'm really excited about this flight to see what Jeff thinks. So let's see who we have in chat. Smash that like button, hit that share, hit that subscribe. Let me know what you have in the glass today. I'm actually sipping on sample one, which if you are a paid Patreon member, go to Patreon. I've got the blind flight answer key already posted, so you can drink along with us if you have any of them. We got Kilko Whiskey Musings. Cheers, Kilko. I will have your flight going out this week. Kilko, I'm going to be on his channel next week. So we're going to kind of combine our live streams, except we're going to be going live at 7. Cheers, Kathy Huey, catching up on rugby. See you soon. Kathy, I will not give it away, but it was a great day for rugby on Saturday. So I'm assuming those are the games you're catching up on. I only saw one of them. I saw the important one. Hey, cheers, Sugar Kitty. Good sir, it's good to see you. Meow, that guy is Wack. Hey, Marty, Whiskey Nose, how are you doing? Cheers, Five Finger, how are you doing? High five. We got Declan. Hello, everyone. Cheers to you, Declan. Declan, I know you probably have had a couple of these pours. Cheers, Roger Reese. How are you doing? Let's see who else we got here. We got Derek Whiting. Hi, Derek. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Peter White. Cheers to you, Peter. How are you doing? Josh Fritz. Good evening. All cheers. Cheers to you, Josh. Let's see. We got Douglas Boyles. Cheers for Moorhead, Kentucky. Sipping on Black Bush. Cheers, Douglas. That is a good pour, actually. Almost had one of those earlier today, but I had a green spot when I was out. Hey, Debbie. Cheers, Debbie. I didn't get to see you earlier, Debbie. I didn't know if you were there. It was a little bit crowded at the Shamrock Club today. But it is good to see you in here as always. I'm so glad to see you. Peter White, bottle killing a redacted. Powers John Slaying grabbed second backup today. You know, I need to get a backup, actually. I've got a bottle. I've got about 3/4 of a bottle of the cast strength. I've got one of the older bottlings, but I need to get a backup. Hey, Anthony Bourbon Neophyte, cheers, all magnificent Irish whiskey people. Anthony, if you're going live, I didn't get a chance to check for your thumbnail, but if you're going live, drop your link to your stream in here. If you're going live at 7:30 Eastern time. Oh, it jumped on me. I think I got it. Yeah, there we go. All right, I got everybody. Green spots and a black bush does not sound like something I want to comment on. Touche. Touche. Have a few more matches to catch up on, but I did watch the match yesterday, sipping on some Silky tonight. You know, that's one, honestly, Kathy, I need to go back to. It's been a while since I've got the legendary Silky, the dark Silky, and the midnight Silky, and I just, you know, I forget about them, and they're really good. Honestly, it really was. Hey, Eric Gunderson, cheers to you. Thank you, Eric Gunderson, for dropping Anthony's stream in here. So we'll wrap up in time for everybody to jump over and catch Anthony tonight. All right. As soon as my guest gives me a thumbs up, I'll bring him on. I think he is still getting ready. So let me go through what I got coming up while he is wrapping up. So next week, I'm going to be on Kilko's stream. We're going to do an Irish whiskey stream. And then on March 1st, I've got Michelle Davilar from Women of Whiskey. And I'm really excited to send Michelle a flight. Michelle and I have very different palates. So usually the stuff I love, Michelle doesn't like. And the stuff I think is kind of meh is at the top of Michelle's list. So that's going to be interesting when I send her a flight of things. Then on March 8th, I've got Clifton from Bourbon Bites. So I'm excited to send Clifton a flight. Haven't sent him one since I sent him the all port flight. So I'm going to have to do a little digging to see what I'm going to send him. All right. Please help me welcome everyone's whiskey friend, Jeffrey Wack. And if I can find my cursor, there's my mouse. Hey!
Hello, hello.
How are you?
I'm doing good. How you doing, Stacy?
I'm good. It's been a busy day. I've been
It
to
has been a busy day, hasn't it? Get a
two
little warm
different
weather
Irish
and
clubs
man.
today, a Guinness pouring contest. I've had an eventful Sunday.
All right, wait. Guinness pouring contest. I need
Yes.
details. What does that actually entail when you say that?
4 people from each of the different Irish organizations in Columbus. So the Shamrock Club, Daughters of Erin, the Ancient Order of Hibernians, and the Ladies Ancient Order of Hibernians. You get your team of 4, and you're going up and you're pulling a pint. And you have 3 judges that are some of the bar owners in Columbus, and they judge whoever gets the best pour of that round then they go on to the next round to face the other Irish organizations. So it's a lot of fun. Yeah, if you're up against the people in your organization the first round, and then those winners go up against the other teams. So it's a lot of fun. My husband's gotten second twice. He's really good at pulling a pint of Guinness.
So what does the ideal pour of Guinness actually look like?
You have to have the dome is very important. You'll always notice the dome goes over the glass, and you don't have to worry about spilling. It's not going anywhere. And then you don't want too much of a collar either. You don't want it, the white to be too much. But, they get pretty particular, like no bubbles in the top. So if the tap like drips a bubble down into your dome, yeah, you get dinged. It's on my tap. But it's fun. It's just for bragging rights every year, but we do it every year.
I was very intrigued when you sent that text message. I was I need all the details. I need all the details of what.
A Guinness pouring contest. Yeah, we do it every year. It's just for fun. You get to keep your Guinness that you poured, so free Guinness.
All right.
So,
wait. Well, how'd you do that?
I viewed this year because they were running late, and I didn't want to be late for this. Last year, I've gotten out of the first round before. I've gotten I think 4th or 5th. My husband's good at it. I don't know what it is. Like I said, he's gotten second like 2 or 3 times.
He's got the touch. It's the touch, the timing, the internal countdown.
It's the timing. Like it's pressure. You got to get the timing exactly right to get that dome and to not over pour, because then you're dribbling down the side and they just get that out of here the second you do that. But it's a lot of fun. Awesome. We do a lot of fun stuff this time of year, as you can well imagine. We're a little busy.
Oh yeah.
30 days from today. 30 days, everybody. We had a few more people jump in here. I see who we got. I see Dave Vogel saying, "Cheers, Dave. We got Top Dog. Cheers to you, Top Dog." Make sure I didn't miss anybody else. Slapshot. Hey, Slapshot. How you doing? I think I got everybody now. If I missed you, say hi again. So I'm kind of excited. So you notice I sent you kind of a lot of samples.
You did.
I sent you, yeah. So we're going to power through them. I want 2 things. Rank them after you try them from your least favorite to your favorite. But also I decided that I was going to play the fun game that we played with Kelsey. So one of these 6 pours is not Irish whiskey.
Okay.
So you're also going to pick which one you think is not the Irish whiskey.
Okay.
Oh, thank you, Anthony. Yeah, remember to smash that like button. One of my mods please drop the link to Hello Again Whiskey Friends too. Because if you are not subscribed, it is on Wednesday. It is a lot of fun. You guys always have a good time. You have some great guests.
We do. We're going, 3? I guess we're on our 4th year now.
It flies by.
It says 2022 back there. Yeah,
it flies by. I looked up and I'm like, I've been doing this 2 years. Holy crap. Oh, thank you, Sugar Kitty.
Thank you, Sugar Kitty.
Oh,
I was thinking about Sugar Kitty recently too, because it's Johnny 5 Alive's 40th anniversary, which I know may or may not be his other screen name. Not to out him on that, but Short Circuit, 40 years.
So I'm excited about this flight. I sent you a lot of varied things, varied types of Irish whiskey. I think they're all different cask finishes. Yeah, every one of them is different.
All right.
So a lot of different cask finishes.
So I've got a bunch of different cask finishes, and on top of that, I got to figure out which one is not an Irish.
Which one is not Irish? Could be any other kind of whiskey. It's not Irish.
All right.
And this should
Well,
be interesting because I made the super intelligent decision before I was going to taste a whiskey flight of having Taco Bell for dinner. So we'll see how that cheesy gordita crunch kind of impacts my tasting here.
that's what I was going to ask. What's your go-to Taco
Cheesy
Bell
gordita
order
crunch,
then?
hands down. That is so good.
Gordita Crunch. That's a good one.
All right. All right, guys. Sample one.
Let's get into it. Number one. And you'd mentioned Kelsey. It just so happens I'm using a Kelsey Glen. But cheers, everybody.
Gonna be running for the border. Gordita two-step. Yeah, Guinness and Gordita Crunch. We'll see how that sets together. We go through a lot of Guinness at our house, as expected. Kathy was mentioning rugby. Right now it's Six Nations rugby. So those, if you watch them live, they're on Peacock, which we will pay the subscription just for this time of year. But they're on at like 9 a.m. Like it was on yesterday at 9 a.m. So you're getting up drinking Guinness at 9 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday to watch Irish rugby.
I see no issues with this.
No, it was a great time.
So as we get into this too, I'm always curious for you as you're coming into St. Patty's Day coming up. I mean, how do you plot your day on St. Patty's Day? Like what's the overall schedule or strategy?
It's pretty hectic. We actually we're in the St. Patrick's Day parade here in Columbus. So our local Irish organization runs the parade and we march in the parade every year. And we go downtown. We're there by 9 o'clock in the morning, usually around 8:39, saying hi to everybody and getting some coffee. Everybody has a flask. I mean, everybody. And having a few nips. And then we go into mass at St. Patrick's Church in Columbus. And then we come out of there, immediately step off into the parade. So the parade wraps up at the convention center around like 12:31. And then everybody kind of converges. We call it the Irish Family Reunion at the convention center, where all the families that have Irish heritage all get together. And a lot of officials. We had 1,500 people there. It'll be crazy. And we'll have step dancing, and they sing the Irish national anthem and all that stuff, and a lot of bands play. So we'll leave there, and then we go to our Hibernian Hall to hear music and say hi to everybody, and that place will be completely packed. And then we go there to our other Irish club that is less than a mile away and drink there and hear more music. And the little step dancer girls, they'll come in, the little step dancers. And so it ends up being a long day. Yeah.
Oh, that is fun.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun. And we know everybody. That's the thing. I mean, anywhere you go, to these places, you walk in the door, every single person there.
Nice. We used to go to Chicago traditionally and see the river get dyed and all that kind of stuff. And just where we are in life right now, we haven't settled back into it. So I'm like excited to start doing things for St. Patty's Day again here soon.
Go see the Southside Parade. That is really cool. That's like the community parade where you do have all the Irish organizations, the Emerald Society, the Hibernians. You have the Wolfhounds where they dye the Wheaton Wolfhounds green. And yeah, we've done the Southside Parade several times. My family lives on the South Side in Bridgeport, and her husband's a police officer. And we've done the Southside Parade many years too. We haven't in a while because now what we do in Columbus also, so it's not the Friday before St. Patrick's Day, but I think it's is it the 8th this year? I think. Yeah, the 6th. City Hall, the mayor actually will hold a ceremony, and it's on like public access at City Hall, and kind of do a proclamation for the Irish community of Columbus, and that the 17th is going to be our holiday, and it's a nice ceremony. You present for our members of the year, they get their rewards there, and then we go and close down the busiest intersection in the city to paint shamrocks at all four corners. So that's fun. You don't get honked at all there. Yeah. And at noon on a weekday. You guys have a better day than we do. Oh, Declan. Yeah.
Man, number one, I've been trying to settle in on it. It's got what I would describe as like a brighter fruit profile. I've been debating whether to describe it as a spiced pear or not. But then there's this underlying smokiness or sulfur that I continue to gravitate to as I'm trying to distinguish everything else.
I get a little chocolate on this one too.
Okay.
Well, like a dark cocoa.
That would make sense. Even getting into a baker's powder even.
Yeah, not like a sugary sweet chocolate, but yeah, like a baker's chocolate, like chocolate cocoa, like cocoa powder. Hey, Richie Z, you snuck in here. How you doing?
That's a fun start. Be really mean of you to put the non-Irish in the pole position. I have been playing that mental game. You know, if you're like, which one's not Irish? And then you lead me off with the one that's not an Irish.
I did do that.
Man, that would be devastating. It's like, this is the one to narrow your focus on, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh no.
I thought that would be too easy. But
maybe.
I did it to Kelsey. So
get into your head very easily there. So what do you get on this one? So you said the chocolate.
I get chocolate. I do get more like a cooked apple. You said pear. I get get more like a cooked apple, like a Gallic apple. Some spice. I do get that little bit of like a smoky, not peaty, but smoky.
Not peaty. Yeah.
Just like a char note. So what do you all do? Well, we're getting to number 2 in Cincinnati.
So honestly, I haven't invested as much in the Cincinnati scene as when I lived in Dayton, or as I said, we go to Chicago all the time.
Yeah.
So I've never in my, I guess, well, aside from early 20s, I haven't really invested in the Cincinnati St. Patty's Day scene. So now it's on my mind a bit more, especially as we get more into this type of thing.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
and as the
there's
kids
probably
get
an
older,
underlying layer I'm losing out on.
Yeah, the kids can participate a bit more when they get older. Yeah. You do have an Irish Heritage Center.
Where's that at?
Oh, you asked me too quick now. Because I've been to it. We actually slapped a Shamrock Club sticker on their door.
Nice.
It was during COVID. They weren't open. Eastern Avenue.
Okay, so it's over on Eastern. Okay.
Yeah, near Street Side Brewing. And I know they have a hall, and they have I know they have bands and things there too. A friend of mine organizes bands and tastings and things like that there. He's big into it.
All right. Well,
number 2.
A
little bit darker.
Yeah, definitely a shade darker here from
just a little.
What you can tell in my lighting here. Always afraid when I do this because technically the keyboard is right underneath where I hold these glasses. It's like, ooh, that can end
my MacBook is way over there. But I do make sure I cap my water because I'm like, I'm just gonna someday I'm gonna reach and knock it over, and that would not be good.
Well, this one's totally different upon initial approach there.
Canadian Chris heard Ohio has the Crown Royal single barrel. We do have a Crown Royal single barrel.
Cheers, Chris. Wow.
I do enjoy this one. It's very oily.
Well, just the nose on this one presents itself too in a darker sense than what we were saying. So the fruits on this one even led me to thinking about even something more dried and dark.
Yeah.
Prunes, figs.
I get more red berry.
Okay.
Yeah, almost like a
Yeah.
strawberry or a blackberry.
Totally different malt profile on this as well.
Yeah, very malty. Which again, you've got some blended, you've got some single pot still, you've got some single malts in here. I did not do any single grain this time.
Oh yeah, there's some grapiness there. Lovely berries there. And just
there's a lot of layers to this one.
Yeah, very malty.
So everybody in chat, let me know if
lasts a bit longer too.
Yeah, the finish is longer in this one. Yeah, everybody in chat, let me know if you've got something poured in your glass today. I'll tell you, I had a Pinot Noir at dinner last night, and I'm kind of getting a little bit of those kind of vibes with the grapiness.
Man. Yeah, I like that one quite a bit.
I like that one.
Man. There's almost a density to it. There's like a cakiness note. I'm trying to narrow in on it, but it's been a long time since I've had like a pound cake that has that like that thickness and that, I don't know, that heft to the batter and to the cake itself. And I can kind of feel that on the finish here.
Almost like a sticky toffee pudding, but not quite that dark. Hey, Chris. Chris is rocking the 2 stacks, dram in a can.
There you go. I've never gotten one of those cans. I really want one though, ever since we talked about those last year.
Yeah. We've got, actually, you've got them at Newport, Kentucky. The 4-pack of the regular dram in a can. They also have the single grain here in the US, the single malt double barrel. The blue ones are here in the US. And the Irish, actually their Irish cream even comes in a can.
I did like that single grain.
You can even get the double Irish cream in a can.
Yeah.
Oh, the single grain double barrel. That is a great
one. I love that one.
Yeah. The US website, they have it in the US. You don't have to go through any kind of customs. They deliver to every state except Utah and South Dakota. And their shipping is really reasonable. Really reasonable.
You having better luck on that side of things since the last time we talked?
Yes. Yeah. Okay. A lot of places over there have gotten things worked out. My friend will also just order it. She's in New York. And so she's ordering something. She'll ask me if I want something. And I'm like, well, yeah. And she's never had any issues. So that has helped. My bottle that did end up getting stopped at the border that went back to Ireland did make it to her house. So I will be getting it. So I'm super excited.
All right.
Been waiting.
Yeah, that was the one you were real excited about.
That was the one I was really excited about. Yeah. Oh, yeah. There you go. Sugar Kitty. Yes. Those can be bought along with the Cologne and 2 stacks on the website now. And we have 2 stacks Irish cream here in Ohio.
Nice.
Hey, Amy O'Byrne. Don't have anything poured, but Mick is drinking a Method in Madness French chestnut. Single pot still. Oh, the fruit drops. Yeah, the fruit drops are in Ontario. Those are really good. Those are the brandy finishes. Thank you, Sugar Kitty. Yeah, they have really reasonable pricing. I think it was like $20, $25, something like that. Hey, Joe, the sample guy.
Yeah, cheers, everybody.
Roger is sipping last year's OHLQ single barrel release of the Whistler and the tequila casks. I did not get that one, Roger. I have the PX, and then I have the rum cat, the Barbados rum.
So I think the only tequila finish I have, I'm pretty sure I sent you this one. It's been a while now, but it was one of those party
Yep,
source
I've got that
ones.
one.
Yep.
That is the only tequila finish I've actually I'm good with. I'm not a tequila finish person at all.
I'd agree with you on that one too.
But that one is a good one. That one, I mean, it's not too much.
So at the end of the month, we're going to Rhode Island.
Mhm.
So going to Darrell on his home turf, and we're doing a barrel pick at Copper and Cask.
Ooh.
So that's Friday. Saturday is to go down to Irene's shop for the first time. Oh my God.
Irene has some great Irish whiskey barrel picks that she's done.
I most likely feel like I'm definitely coming home with another Irish barrel pick from Irene.
The Clonical piece she has, the one she sent me. Holy crap, that was so fucking good.
I was sipping on this one from a few years ago. This is a sherry finish one from her. But
which is that the My Cherie Amour? Or?
Yes, Sherry Amour.
Yeah, Sherry Amour. Exactly. Yeah, I like that one.
Yep.
I don't even know if I have any more of that one. Oh yeah, I do. I have a little bit. A little bit. Down, it's up. Then down to Rhode Island, it's up to Rhode Island.
It's all a matter of perspective, okay? I mean, maybe we got the whole solar system wrong and it's running this way, you know? It's all relative.
That's a funny thing when you go to that I got yelled at multiple times when we go to Charlotte because they call their downtown. You can't say downtown. They will correct you. It's uptown.
Wherever I go, it's down. I never say I'm going up somewhere. I always just say I'm going down somewhere.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on the Writer's Tears Mizunara cast? The 110 proof is barely detectable. Such a good pour. I really like that one, Peter. Honestly, those are probably my two favorites from the Writer's Tears from those cast finishes. Is the Mizunara and the Enniskillen Ice Wine Cask. Those are both really, really good pours. If you can get those for a good deal, grab them. Still trying to find out my palate for the peated 2-stack. Still on my peat journey. Yeah, it took the right peated whiskey for me, and then I was just down the rabbit hole. Sugar Kitty, he says, no, I mean up to Connecticut, to Irene's from Rhode Island. Oh, you made a Peter stay talking Enniskillen. And the Enniskillen ice wine casts are amazing.
Shall we do number 3?
A little different. Number 3.
All right.
Which, yes, Irish whiskey was the first, I think it was the first whiskey to be finished in ice wine casks.
Interesting.
Now everybody's on the bandwagon.
When we did a recent pick with K. Luke, we ended up picking a Sauternes finish, but he told us there was an ice wine finish in it. And we were wondering whether the one that we picked was the ice wine all the way up through until he did the reveal. And he's like, nope, Sauternes. Like,
it could, yeah, I could see how those would be similar. Because, I mean, Moscatel, ice wine, Sauternes, they're definitely a little sweeter.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all a little floral. So I could definitely see that. And yeah, Sugar Kitty, you were right. The wine is pretty good to begin with. That's what I completely agree with you on that one. I did when I was up in Canada. I picked up a little bottle of the ice wine, the Enniskillen ice wine, so I could do a video with the Writer's Tears Enniskillen comparing, the actual wine to the whiskey that's finished in that wine cask, and you could definitely pick up the same notes. This is a bottle I have not had out in a while, and I don't know why.
On the first impression there, this one's not as fruit forward as the first two. It came off more bready, pastry, savory. I'm going to go in for another sip here, but that definitely presented itself way different than 1 and 2. This is going to be tough to rank because all 3 of these have been...
They're all really different.
Wow, polar opposites on so many ways here.
Oh, wait till you get the next 3. Even different.
There's a little bit of a cherry on the nose of 3 now that I'm going back to it.
I get cherry. I get honey.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit floral. You can definitely, I do get some sweetness on this one. But you're right. The maltiness balances this out.
Oh, man.
Oh, Declan lives just outside of town called Enniskillen. Yep. And the town in Canada is it's a winery, Enniskillen, which is where Riders Cheers got their casks. And Two Sacks is never disclosed, but they also said it was, Shane said it was the Niagara region of Canada. So it's very likely that it probably did come from Enniskillen as well for their red ice wine cast finish. Allegedly.
Yeah. Man, off initial impression, I would say 3 is my favorite of the first 3. Even as we get deeper and deeper into the finish here, this one's really got something that stands out to me so far. That's interesting. It's that combination of everything that's happening on the finish. It's a cherry. There's this like caramel sweetness going on. You called out kind of the floral aspects to it, but it's unrelenting too on the finish compared to the
long
first
finish
two.
to it. It's got a long finish.
And it just keeps coming in waves.
Yeah. But I will tell you the lowest proof of any of these is 100 proof, and they go up from there.
Okay.
I think maybe 128-ish.
Yeah. Anything else on 3 that you get outside of the notes that we just called out?
I do get that cherry. I get, like I said, I get honey. I get like a floral note on it, vanilla. You do get a little bit of that that malty note on there. A little bit of spice. Maybe like an allspice on there. Kind of like cookies.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that one. That one hits me in the feels. That one got me good.
I say I like that one. I like all these. So these are all ones that I pull off and drink. Pull off my shelf and drink. So.
Okay. Whew. Man, if that was the first half of this, I don't even know what we're going to do on the second half of this.
Number 4 is also very different than the first ones you tried.
Now, number 4 is darker than 2 in my light. Is that a fair estimation?
Yeah.
6 is probably the darkest.
6 is the darkest. 4 is probably second. And that would be a little bit of the finish.
Oh, okay.
Oh, the winery owns the distillery there too.
All right, now we're getting a little different area here. Getting more explicitly pot still notes off the nose on 4 than I was on any of the first 3.
These are all varying ages too. Not sure the youngest. You're like probably around 4 years up to 15.
Okay.
You do get spice on the nose on this one. I always get like an anise note. You get more oak on this one, I think.
It always takes me a second to get behind it if I'm right on the pot still side of things. There's something about that. There's a particular note that I always have a hard time navigating beyond. It's almost that residue that gets on your fingers when you would play with pennies as a kid. It's like that type of thing sticks in my head.
Yeah, that coppery metallic note.
So it always takes me a minute to acclimate and then adjust from there. But for some reason, that particular note is one that always gets me. Always gets me. But I can always get behind it eventually. It just takes me a minute to acclimate.
I get some notes with certain brands kind of like that, like Bushmills. I always get, and partly is because they do get their water from the tributaries from the River Bush that goes right under the distillery, from those those volcanic limestone rocks. But I get like a mineralic note on Bushmills, and I'm assuming that is probably somewhat where it's coming from. I mean, they also use pastilles, but
could be.
I always get it's always Bushmills. I get that little bit of that mineralic note, so that's kind of a giveaway. Dingle. If you get a whiskey from Dingle, Dingle has a kind of a DNA. You can taste it. It's a Dingle whiskey.
Hey, cheers, Ben.
Hey, Ben. Cheers to you. How are you doing? My guest from last week.
Hey, you had Ben on last week.
I did, yeah. Sent Ben from some different stuff. Of course, the Cologne was his favorite. It's proofy. It's complex with a lot of different flavors going on. Yeah, she says Dingle and I appear.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Got that on the nose, but not the palate whatsoever on that one. Oh, geez.
It's almost like a spicy Fig Newton. Little smoke.
Man, that really encapsulates it quite a bit with the idea of the smoky Fig Newton there. Yeah. The mouthfeel and creaminess on this one, too, are a few standout moments I had.
Yeah, you get all that fruit and kind of the cereal notes up front, and then that spice definitely hits.
That hits hard on the finish. I mean, even getting into some deeper cinnamon. We're not getting quite into Taco Bell, cinnamon twists, but
no,
you got some good spice level on there.
Kind of like Red Hot candies, or like the Atomic Fireball candies. Oh, Declan, that is actually a really good tip. If you find it hard, find it hard to find a note, pour a little on your hands and rub. That is a very good tip. Hey, cheers, Tom Black. Thank you for joining us.
Man, good maltiness on this one too. Nice long finish. That spice profile, though.
It's spicy. Tom, what time are you going? Are you going live at 7? Fireball, cinnamonic, aldehyde.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely drinks. It reminds you of that the Atomic Fireball candy.
This might be the highest proof of all of them so far, too, if I'm not mistaken. It's hitting me in a different zone than the first 3 did.
It might be. Yeah, someone dropped the link to Bourbon Hall so that everybody can check out their live stream tonight. If one of my mods would do that for me. Yeah, totally different than the others. I'm getting more cinnamon on that than I normally do, too.
Yeah, the cinnamon definitely dominates the finish.
Some bottles, you just, once you open them and you start to get your way down, they just evolve and open up so much. That new the red breast moscatel is like that. Like it really needs time to open up. So the more that bottle gets down, the more oxygen gets in there. It's the flavor really starts coming out. Oh, thank you, Eric Gunderson.
All right, man. It's going to be hard for rankings. You're not making this easy on the ranking side.
I picked ahead of time what I think your favorite's going to be, so we'll see if I'm right.
Man. I'm going to have to go through back to 1, 2, and 3. Well, shall we get into 5?
Cilantro, everybody.
Cilantro. All right. Help me on this. I'm terrible pronouncing things. Cilantro.
Cilantro. Yeah.
I did it right?
Yeah. Yeah.
If JG was here, he'd be so proud of me.
If you got it wrong, Declan can make fun of you because he's in Ireland.
Ooh, creamy and waxy off of the nose of 5 by comparison there. Let's see.
Yeah, Sugar Kitty. Yeah, it's literally cilantro.
Sugar Kitty, you just need to follow me to each stream and phonetically give me all the words, and I will totally nail it.
He totally helps me too, especially the Scotch names. Because I go and look and I'm like, oh, you're drinking? Yeah, I can't pronounce that. I'm not even going to try. I'm going to butcher it.
Yeah, I haven't taken a sip of 5 yet. I would describe it as a waxiness to 5, almost like those old school wax candies with the syrups inside. Do you remember what I'm talking about with those? That's what I get on this one on the nose.
Like bottle candies?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Specifically, it'd be the red and the purple ones. We'll call them cherry and grape, but
I get a little apricot on this one too.
Okay. Sticking to the stone fruit range. I can see that.
A little vanilla. You definitely get a spice on it.
Man. Now, this one grips the glass just off of visuals compared to the first couple ones, too.
Yeah, this one, the second was oily like this. This one is really oily as well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this one I think more than the first.
Look at that.
Yeah. It's very, very oily.
Yeah, very vanilla forward on that first sip.
Yeah. I get vanilla. I do get a lot of fruit on this. I got some citrus.
It'd be more lemon, citrus leaning, very clean, very vibrant, effervescent. Definitely in that range with that fruit profile.
Yeah, the citrus hits you up front. Little spice, vanilla, a lot of vanilla. Good length of finish.
Yeah. Almost like a lemon gelato. Yeah. Lemon pound cake. I went back to the pound cake.
Like a lemon sorbet or like a lemon curd, really.
It's probably the most singular of the 5 that we've gone through. Like, I haven't found the range on this one yet. Like, this one points me almost purely in that direction of like that lemon cakiness. And man.
Yeah, I still get a little.
Another great finish and mouthfeel on it too.
Yeah, a little apricot. You do get a lot of spice on this one. Decent length of finish. But definitely into more tropical vanilla spice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stacy and Jeff, is it easy figuring the proof on Irish? Well, it depends on the type of Irish, because if you're drinking a single pot still, sometimes that pot still spice is going to come across, and you could easily confuse that for proof. As far as like a blended, I mean, you can get in the ballpark. I'm sure it's probably similar to bourbon. Remember, I'm the one that went on this gentleman's live stream last year and said that I believe it's 130 some proof bourbon was 80 proof. So it's not always easy. I got closer this year. Yeah.
Well, I'm the worst at that. If I've had anything before we do that, my proof detector goes way off. Like, I will be 20 points off. That's actually like practically a meme, where in my head I'm like, whatever I'm thinking, plus 10. Like, if I think it's 110, just say 120 and it'll work itself out.
I'm still kicking myself for this year because I had actually New Riff written down and I crossed it out and I'm like, no, he just showed the New Riff bottle. He wouldn't do that. And I should have left it. Should have gone with my first answer. So this last one is the darkest. Very pretty dark color.
Yeah, this is definitely the darkest. I mean, you can see that compared to even my shirt there.
Yeah. Repeat after me. Slanchava. Is it Ledig? And the last two, I have no idea. No idea. Hey, JG, speak of the devil.
JG, I said Shalancha right. Wait, did I say it right that time, though?
No. Slancha.
Dang it.
SLAN, Slancha.
Slancha.
There you go.
All right, there we go.
Now you got it.
I'm getting there, JG. Woo! That is fruity.
Very fruity.
Oh, that is fruit punch in a glass. I just went through a whole buffet line of fruits on that one in my mind.
Ah, Peter, yes. The Old West Cork blended cask strength. I have that sitting on the floor over here. Yes, that will send you nose hairs. That one is a 130 proof Irish that drinks like it's 130 proof. I think it's 130, 132. But like, I think the two stacks cask strength is deceiving because I don't think it drinks like it's, 130 proof. And he'll give Jeffrey stage fright.
Nah, I'm on sample 6 now. We're fine with the stage fright part of it, KG.
Yeah, I did send mostly a little proofier Irish. Like I said, the lowest one is 100 proof, and they go up from there to, I think we're just shy of 130. This one is, a lot of fruit.
So much fruit.
A lot going on in this one. A lot of vanilla, a lot of maltiness.
Man. You're throwing me for a whirl on 6. As far as like muscle memory of things it reminds me of, I mean, I'm even getting into the Redbreast 27 on the sample that I got from Durrell like a couple of years ago. Like, it triggers those type of memories for me with the fruit that's going on this one.
This one throws me off in that the cask type, the typical notes I get on this cask type, I don't really get on this one as much. So even for the type it is, I get different notes. I get a lot more fruit on this one. I don't get some of the notes that I typically get. Like, I have another from this same year, same distillery, just a different barrel. And I get those traditional notes that I get with that cask type. And this one I don't. This one's very fruity.
I am all over the place in my description of fruits here. I am between berries, banana, and tropical is what I've written down so far, which is an extreme range.
I'm getting kind of like a dark cherry plum.
Okay.
But then I do get kind of, there's a brightness to it that's almost like a little lemon zest. There's some vanilla. There's like a little bit of like a pencil shaving note. A little bit of that graphite kind of, not smoke, but almost like a barrel char note. Jeffrey Wack can pronounce cilantro any way he wants. He won the Baker Drinks Blend event. So that belt gives him a free pass.
I do have belts. Let's see belts.
I saw your belt picture. There you go.
Belts. I know. I gotta hang them up on the wall here. That's my to do.
And you're up for. You're still in Blend Again, right?
Still in Blend Again for the Frankenblend. We'll see. I'm very confident in my blend.
Every year, I say I'm gonna get in on that and throw them a curveball through like an Irish Frankenblend in, and every year it's like, oh crap, I forgot.
You should do it. It's so fun.
I just completely forgot this, and I saw his thumbnail. Oh, it's already started. Well, next year, so I gotta mark it on my calendar.
So it was due by December 1st, unless you're Darrell, and then you just sandbag it until mid-December. But yeah, December 1st, and I don't know, just have fun blending. I mean, I just love blending in general, so I'm blending all the time regardless. There's actually some of the bottles on my shelves anymore aren't even the original bottles that they were. It's just the blended bottles that I came up with, because you reach a certain point. I don't know. Okay, so I don't know if I've ever said this in public, but I'll say it now. There are bottles on my shelf that are certain labels that I just didn't want to get rid of the bottle of. So I'll pull one out. There was this beautiful Nashville barrel company that was done by Two Bottles, One Bros, or One Bro, Two Bottles.
Oh, was that David?
Yeah, David. So David did this Eddie's Encore that was absolutely amazing.
That's cool.
But I reached a point where it got down to here, and I was like, I'm not done with Eddie's Encore yet. So I just started blending until I found a new Eddie's Encore. And now everyone that tastes it at my house thereafter is like tasting the blend of my Eddie's Encore. But I think even mixed in here is some like Jason's picks. Like, but when all of my picks reach like this bottom spot here, I'm essentially creating targeted infinity bottles, I guess is what I'm doing. But
that's a good idea. Yeah, I've done one infinity bottle. And I mean, I really don't do a lot of blending, so but that's a really good way to do it. That's a good idea. A good way to do it.
We do it nonstop though. Like Darrell and I will just text each other like, blend these two things together and let me know if they marry. And
yeah, well, I've only done that once with bourbon, and I tried to do it at the poor man's Pappy that's like 60% Weller Antique and like 20% Weller 12, or 80% and 20%, something like that. And it was terrible. So I haven't tried it with Irish though. I haven't tried it with Irish. I'm gonna have to try that. Yeah. Oh, thank you, JG. JG is gonna remind me. So I'm gonna throw in. Well, I'm gonna throw it in. I'm sure I'm gonna do a cast strength Irish blend. I'll throw something in.
It's a Frankenblend though. So can you blend the Irish with the bourbon even? Like, find a way to find that Frankenness of it. I won't get into my recipe, but it is.
We could do that.
Frankenstein as hell. Like, whew. Those things go together. We'll find out.
Definitely. You'd have to have a cast strength Irish. I mean, like a Blue Spot, that would work.
That's a good point too.
Yeah.
You do need to play the proof game.
Yeah. A Blue Spot, a dumbbell single cask. I even have a couple of Baron tools, Cologne Baron tools that would work, because those are up there. And it would be good because they would add the finish to it. Ooh, you're giving me ideas.
That's it. It's
These
that
Ohio
seed of a
people
thought.
that have Weller to do blends. Yeah, I stood in line for the 12. Hey, J Cells, how you doing?
Cheers, Jonathan. I missed a call from you, buddy, but I'll owe you a call later this week.
Ooh, Jeff's Franken blend entry is ridiculous and should be sold everywhere. He's the favorite.
Yeah, Jonathan's got to taste mine. So Darrell and Jonathan came over to my house. We were just about to travel, and I was like, this is what I'm submitting. And they were like, you should bring it to Jason's event in October. So then I brought it to Jason's event, and everybody drank half of it. And I was like, oh no, I have to blend more. So then I spent forever trying to like re-blend this thing to the exact thing that it was before everybody tapped into it. But I found it again.
Or you have 150 proof bourbon to blend with and something lower proof is okay. I don't have one that high. I do have the 2 to 90 Corbin Cash that has my rye. That would be a good one. Actually, I have another high proof Irish rye, malted rye I could add. Ooh,
it's not all about proof though. People say it's about proof to stand up in those competitions. Honestly, I think it's more about finding the right mouthfeel and flavor punch, which may or may not come from proof. Yes, proof helps, but
yeah,
we can go through enough. Like you can't replace mouthfeel in a blend. Like you can't blend mouthfeel into things that are watery, right? So I think that's the main part of it, is finding that mouthfeel part of it. All right. I have to go through these 1 through 6. I'll go and do a quick line, and then I'll give you the ranking.
Okay.
And then we'll get
into
which
one is not the Irish.
Which one's not the Irish? That's going to be tough too.
Irish.
Now, before I even go through the end to end, on my notes, 3, 5, and 6 stood out as my favorites. But we'll see if that holds true.
One of those is the one I would have picked for that you would have liked the best. So we'll see if my pick is what you picked as number 1.
Yeah.
Hey, Sean Holtgrave, how you doing? Sup, dudes? So while you're ranking that, we actually did have some good news in Irish whiskey. Because I actually find it, I've been watching everybody's videos about the bourbon industry and about, is the bourbon on the downturn? Because you've got all this stuff going on, where all the distilleries are being sold and, and demand is down. Funny thing is, this already hit the Irish whiskey industry. We've been encountering this for a good year. Because I think I told you guys when I was at the Causeway Distillery, like that's a brand new multi-million-dollar distillery that's never been turned on. So we did have some good news that Powers Court Distillery that owns Fort Cullen is out of receivership. Someone bought the brand, and they did have an investor. So they're pouring a whole lot more money into it. So hopefully we'll still have some great Fort Cullen Irish whiskey coming. Like I said, if you're in Ohio, they had a 15-year here, single grain. That was amazing. And it was only like $65 for 15-year-old whiskey. And it was just brilliant. It was finished in Madeira. So some good news. Unfortunately, Waterford, I know they're still on the market. Their deals have fallen through, and I don't know they're going to end up selling off their stock. I don't know what's going on there. I think Renier was actually looking to buy some of their stock back. So we'll see what happens with them. I have not heard about. I know that Middleton had paused production, Bushnell's had paused production, Great Northern had paused production. I don't know if any of them have kicked them back into gear yet. They're all kind of exploring other markets too. A lot of them are selling in India now. A lot of the Irish whiskeys are going to India instead of the US. Some of them, I know Two Stacks is going to the Middle East. They're actually just did a bar release for a bar in the Middle East and Saudi Arabia. I think it was Saudi Arabia off the top of my head. Some of them I know Liberator selling in Prague. They're selling a lot in Prague, in Belgium. So some good news. hopefully we've hit the hump and we're gonna go or hit the bottom and we're going up on the uptrend here. Jeffrey will personally keep whiskey in the black. Let me tell you, Jay.
I'll do the best I can.
Yeah, I totally said, especially at the beginning of last year, I said I am doing my part to support the Irish economy. Let me tell you.
That's the weird part, though. I don't know. There's a weird part of our hobby and this industry where us as enthusiasts, I feel like, can only move the needle so much in making the bottom line work. It's almost like we're hoping that everyone else makes the bottom line work so we can taste the good stuff. Like it's a weird dynamic there, because we only have to be 5% of their sales on a spreadsheet. Like, I don't know.
I think we move the needle more on the smaller brands. The big brands, we're not a blip on the radar. It can matter. It doesn't matter. The smaller brands, though, especially the Irish brands that aren't really bringing a lot into the U.S. to begin with, if you can get, a dozen people to buy their whiskey, I mean, that's a dozen more people and it gets the word out. So I think it moves the needle more on their end. But yeah, at the end of the day, I mean, I'm just some chick that's telling you I like this one. So hopefully, though, people keep, especially since it is March, guys, go out and pick up a bottle of Irish whiskey. See what you think. There's a lot out there now. There's a lot more in the U.S. than ever before. Douglas says, just discovered the Redbreast 12 cask strength. Started the second year of my Irish whiskey journey, Sláinte. That is a great bottle. That's a great deal. You can get that pretty much everywhere. The new Redbreast is it's out in Ohio now. It's out in multiple states. It's going to be everywhere. It's released in Ireland. So you're going to be finding that one everywhere.
Okay. All right. I did a taste through. I'm down to my ranking phase, and I did mark each one as I went with either an I or a question mark, which means I think it's Irish or I'm questionable on it. Now, strangely, after that entire thing, I only put one as a question mark.
So which one is not the Irish?
I'm not sure I'm ready to commit yet.
Okay.
But as I go through the notes, that's where I'm at right now.
Okay.
So.
Oh, cheers to you. I discovered Cologne Rum and Raisin because your channel is delicious. Are they still producing? Oh, thank you. Yes, they are. And they actually do have Cologne Rum and Raisin in the US now. So if you go on that 2 Stacks US, type in 2 Stacks US in your browser, Sugar Kitty also posted it above. They have it on that website in the US, and I think it's like $20 to ship. I think the bottle is only like $60, somewhere around there, 60, 65. It's a great deal, 55% ABV. So yeah, you can get it and you can get it in several US states too. I know Nevada's got it because Anthony Bourbon Fight ended up at his store and found one. So they're going to be in a lot more US states. It's got good availability. They are still producing that. That's one of my favorites. That's one of my daily drinkers, honestly, is that Cologne Rum and Raisin. I guarantee if you come across me on St. Patrick's Day, I will probably have a flask of that on me. That is usually one of my go-tos on St. Patrick's Day.
Okay.
Anthony said he only found one bottle of Cologne Rum Raisin here in Las Vegas, and I have it. So did they sell out the rest of it, Anthony? Let me know if they didn't have any more and they sold out, because I actually was just talking to the representative today, to Andrew Healy, earlier today. So I can let him know if he needs to pop back into that store.
All right.
Hey, Nick Proman, how are you doing?
Hey, Nick. I think I'm ready.
You'll get spoiled by the 2 stacks apricot, yet the apricot brandy finish is outstanding too. Jeffrey is playing poker. He's looking for a tell. All right, so which one is not Irish whiskey?
Do we want to do the rankings or the guess first?
Well, let me know your guess, and then we'll go through the rankings.
So my instincts have continually told me that 3 might not be the Irish whiskey.
3 not Irish. Okay. All right. So what is your least favorite?
Number 1.
Number 1. All right. Number 1 is another one from Cullowen. So this is Cullowen. This is an oatmeal stout finish.
Oatmeal stout.
Oatmeal
Interesting.
Stout. And my camera's not wanting to focus. So this is one of their old bonded experimental series bottlings, which you can tell from the 500 ml bottle. This is a 10-year-old. This is source whiskey. This is 51.4%, and unique that it's finished in it specifically in an oatmeal stout cask. So blended Irish whiskey.
Okay. What was the proof on that one?
51.4.
Okay.
And I love these because, like, I don't know if you could see, there's little floaters in here at the very bottom where it just come right out of the cask. I don't know if you can really see.
What's the
There's
size on that bottle? Is that bigger than mine?
500 mil. Yes, because at the time they sold those, they normally would sell it at 500. Well, 500 was not a U.S. recognized size. They couldn't sell them in the 500s. They had to go down to 375s.
Yeah.
So yeah. So now they do releases. Their releases in the U.S. are 700 mil, which is approved now in the U.S. as of, I believe, December 2021. So now you'll see like the Cullowen rum and raisin bottle that's over here. That's in a 700 mil.
Okay.
So, you have not seen any more anywhere. Liquor lineup needs more. Okay, I'll let Andrew know. Okay, what is your next one?
So number 2 is next.
Number 2. So number 2 is the not Irish bottle.
Ah, that was the question mark one.
This is the
Another
not
question
Irish.
mark there.
This is a not Irish bottle. This
Okay.
bottle actually just this past weekend won at the World Whiskey Awards in Kentucky for Best American Single Pot Still. This is Talnua, Old Saints Keep 2025.
Okay.
American Single Pot Still out of Denver, Colorado. They release a new Old Saints Keep bottle every year on St. Patrick's Day, or right around St. Patrick's Day. This is 100 proof. They're always at 100 proof. They're always a different finish every year. So this one, I had to get the card because I don't know if I'm going to. So this whiskey was aged 2.5 years in ex-bourbon barrels with both French oak and American oak staves. Then it was transferred into barrels that first held PX sherry for 17 years, followed by a PX Solera brandy from 1948 for 13 years. Then it rested in those sherry casks for another 2.5 years. So it's just shy of 5 years old.
Okay.
I absolutely love Talnua. Talnua, 50%. It follows the same recipe as Redbreast. So they followed the Irish technical file for single pot still whiskey, even though they're made in Colorado. They do 50-50 malted barley, unmalted barley. They always age 3 years. So they're using Colorado barley. They're using Colorado water.
There was something about
Stills,
this
yeah, they
one
have pot stills there. Yeah.
when we went through it the first time where it definitely stood out for its maltiness over the top compared to any other sample. We'll get into.
Once you know it's Colorado, it kind of drinks like Colorado because it reminds me of Stranahan's.
A little bit.
Yeah. And this, I have different years. I think last year they did an Amburana. Year before was some kind of French wine. Year before was a cognac. I've had every single one of them since they started this in 2020. They started these releases.
Okay. All right. So next one would be sample 4.
Sample 4 is another single pot still. So this one is the Liberator. So this one is actually named for the mountain range, I believe it's near Killarney, this was the Big Gun edition. This was a special release for Friends of Irish Whiskey Facebook group. This is 55.9% ABV. And this is specifically Wayward Irish, who owns the Liberator brand. This is their estate barley. So it's their own barley in a pot still that's matured in a ruby port cask. The port.
Okay.
So far you've had stout, you've had PX, you've had port.
So we move on to sample 5.
So this is the one I thought actually would be your favorite. So number 5, which I specifically kept on the shelf so nobody noticed it was missing. This is Redbreast 15 cask strength.
Okay.
So this one was a special release in Ireland. It was a one-time thing. I was really hoping they might do it again because they put a batch number on here, but it's probably not going to happen again. But it is literally a cask strength version of the Redbreast 15. This one is, where is it at? 56.3% ABV. So mostly bourbon matured, some sherry, bottled at cask strength.
All right. That was the one, man. That was the one that was tropical, lemon leaning, lemon pound cake. Man, we just nailed those
tropical notes on that, especially the regular 15. I think the tropical comes through more. I think that the vanilla comes a little bit out more, and the spice and the cask strength. I have really enjoyed this cask strength bottle. I'm hoarding the heck out of it because you won't see it again, and I'm already halfway down. But yeah, I liked that one. I thought that would be your favorite. It's the oldest in the lineup at 15 years. It's the oldest.
So that puts extra pressure on 2 and 1.
Yeah.
So number 2 then
is number 3.
Number 3.
All right. So this one is actually a favorite of Lauren. It used to be the Bushmills brand ambassador. This was her favorite one that they did. This is a Bushmills Causeway release from Ireland. This is a 2021 Sauterne finish.
Sauternes again.
Sauterne. So this one is 56.3% again. So this was distilled in 2011. It was recast in 2019 into the Sauternes cask. It was emptied in 2021. This was an Ireland exclusive, one of the Causeway releases, single malt. I absolutely love the Causeway releases. They're almost always cask strength. They're not always. The Canadian one, for some reason, wasn't cask strength. But yeah, this one has been one of my favorites. I really liked it.
Now, this one was my pick for not being the Irish.
The Bushmills?
The Bushmills.
Okay.
Now, if I go through my logic of it, it's because we talked about this quite a bit. There's so much honey, floral, and cherry going on this one, which I don't associate with what I've been exposed to so far on the Irish spectrum. Now, with 2, we talked about how malty it was, which is why I put the question mark there. But this was my number 1 guess on not being the Irish. So, would you agree or not disagree with why I went that way?
Yeah, I would agree, but I do know some, like the Redbreast small batch that was released in 2020, that one was real cherry too. That one had a lot of cherries on it. But yeah, I could see. Also, the thing about Talnua, and they are very malty. Like I said, they remind me almost like a Stranahan's because you do get that Colorado malt flavor going on. So I could definitely. It's kind of why I like throwing it in because it is hard to distinguish. That one being the American whiskey, that one being the non-Irish. It tricks you because it is malty because it does kind of drinks like an Irish single malt.
So then number 1 was the darkest of them all. This Berries Banana Tropical Fruit Bomb.
So I think you picked this same brand when I came on your channel before and brought you and Darrell and Kelsey samples. I think you picked the same brand as your favorite. So what you are drinking is a Dunville's 12-year.
Dunville's again.
This is a Palo Cortado cast finish.
What was that finish again?
Palo Cortado sherry. So this one was done for Stories and Sips Whiskey Club. It's a single cast bottling. This one is 58.4%. So it's the highest proof. This one is, I don't get those typical notes that I get with Palo Cortado. Palo Cortado, I normally get like those little Danish butter cookies and the blue tint. Like the oily, buttery, almondy cookies, like the shortbread notes. This one, I don't get that. I get a lot more of that fruit. And this is the one, I have another 12-year Dunville's Palo Cortado finish, completely different.
So much fruit.
Ton of fruit, ton of.
I mean,
so different.
It's like when I'm on a cruise ship or I'm on like an all-inclusive resort where it's like, here are all the fruits you could possibly have on this buffet line. Like, put them all on your plate. Like, that is what I get from this.
All in that glass.
All there.
Anytime finish comes up, Jeffrey will be thinking of K-Luke. See, I think of dark arts. Anytime I think of like finished bourbon, my mind instantly goes to dark arts. I did pick up that dark arts Armagnac. Oh, that's so good. Jeff likes the sherry finish as his favorite. Never would have guessed it. Cheers all. Hey, OH.
True.
Yeah, the Dunville's is a little pricier, but I enjoy Dunville's. I really do.
Well, at least I'm consistent.
Yeah, you are. There was a PX sherry finish. The other one that I had that you liked. That was a 20-year. I remember that one because you guys probably thought, why is she sending us a bourbon? Because that one was like bourbon dark. It was dark.
So on this note then, Stacy, we've come across Dunville now twice. I'm going to look for it now at Party Source, but I've never seen Dunville stand out on a shelf when it comes to Ohio or Northern Kentucky.
So we don't have it here. I don't know if you'll find it at Party Source. If you go down further into Kentucky, I think Total Wine. It was either Total Wine or what's the other one in Lexington? Is it Liquor Barn?
Liquor Barn.
Yeah, it's one of those have the Dunville's 10-year PX. And that's kind of, we don't get the 12-year here. Up in Canada, they get the 12-year PX. We get the 10-year PX. That's still a solid bottle. It's the proof down at 46%. But it's still really good. I mean, the Dunville's 12 is another one I could drink all day long. That one's really good. The others don't make it over here. So if you're going to Ireland, like I have a friend that's going to be going to Ireland and asked, hey, you want to pick me up a bottle from the airport? And she said, yeah, just let me know what. And I'm going to have her pick up the Dunville's airport exclusive. So if you're in Ireland, look for these bottles. They're really, really good. No matter what you grab, they're really, really good. And you get the single casks over in Ireland. But yeah, as far as Dunville's, the 1808, 1608, I never remember. But that one is over here and the Dunville's 10. That's the only two we have, I think. Well, no, we have the 3 Crowns too. Maybe the Dunville's 3 Crowns. But get the 10. It's worth it.
All right. I mean, I've now picked them twice in the lineup. So
you have picked them twice. You are a Dunville's fan. Yeah.
I am a Dunville's fan.
So what do you have coming up on your channel?
The main things that we're working on, we've got a few barrel picks going on. So we're coming out with a Jack Daniels pick in the next 2 weeks. We're waiting for a final date on that. But we got a Jack Daniels rye and a Jack Daniels bourbon picked. And then we also picked a Silver Springs. Wait, have you had any Silver Springs yet?
Mm-mm.
Oh my gosh.
No.
Okay. I'm
Where
going
are
to
they
put down.
from?
So Silver Springs is getting rumored contract distilled from New Riff, but
Ooh.
it is a same mash bill as the Old Forester rye. And from what we can tell on this brand is that he only contract distilled so much. So if you don't get it now, there's not going to be more.
I do
later.
like me some New Riff, so I would probably like it. I wonder. We're going down to Kentucky in June. Going to go down and visit some of the distilleries we didn't get a chance to the first time. So I'm excited. We're going to Larrikin. We're going to have to go back to Wild Turkey.
Yeah. So I'll send you a bottle of Silver Springs so that you can
you.
try this. Now, it is a 65% rye. I think the malted barley is the second mash bill on that one. Same thing as the Old Forester. Oh my gosh, it is so delicious, Stacey.
Right,
you are gonna love this. Now, we got that pick in March, and then the other thing that we picked was a Bull Run 17-year light whiskey, finished for 40 plus months and counting, whenever they actually bottle it, in Pinot Noir barrels. So those are the picks that we got laying down.
I love finished bourbon. I love you guys are doing more finished bourbon. I love it. I think, like I've said it before, I think finishing bourbon is tricky because it's real easy for it to be overdone.
And you never know what's going to happen, right? Like, we picked it when it was 41 months finished, and they might not bottle it for 6 more months. So there's
a lot can happen in 6 months.
You just hope that it's still the best light whiskey that we've had, that Darrell and I are obsessing about. So those are the main things that we got going on. We are going to Rhode Island, as I talked about earlier. So we got the Copper and Cask picks, and then we're going to go back to Old Dom at the end of March. So we got some fun barrel picks.
That sounds really interesting. That sounds like a lot of fun.
No, set up.
You guys always have some good picks too.
So that's the main thing there. And then the other thing that we got going on with the channel is we're trying to do a best of 2025 tournament. So we picked our favorite bottles of 2025, and we'll be doing that pretty much from here to March. So that's the main thing.
Honestly, I get to the end of the year and I'm like, what the heck did I drink this year again? That's a good idea to do it mid-year.
Yep.
Well, thank you for taking time out of your Sunday to join me. This was so much fun. I hope you enjoyed.
Well, thank you.
This was so much. Yeah. I love sharing.
Thank you for sending me this. I mean, every time you send us samples, you extend our expectations of a profile that we are familiar with, but not as familiar with as you are. So every time you do this, it, like, I don't know, it extends my dictionary and my expectations. And it's actually interesting to me that I keep picking the same thing every single time. So now I know that I got to get into more Dunville. There needs to be a Dunville.
You like the Sherry Bomb single malts of Dunvilles. Yeah. Those are, I know a lot of friends that are big into the Dunvilles. So I don't blame you. They're really good bottles. But yeah, I love sharing it with you guys. And I like I said, I specifically look to kind of expand. I'm like, oh, I bet they haven't had something that's like this. So, well, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you guys all for joining us tonight. This was so much fun. I will see you next week on Kilco Stream. I know Kilco is live right now, and Anthony Bourbon Fight is going to be going live here in just about 5 minutes. Make sure you check out this gentleman on Wednesdays, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. You all have a good rest of your weekend. Sláinte.
Sláinte.